Welcome to Cabinet Crafting. Today is April the 2nd? 3rd? April 3rd. Oh my gosh. It's April 3rd, Sunday, and I have a quick little review, a little time planned to spend with you to tell you what I've been up to this week with my crafting. So let's see. It is April, and we had another like hard frost here in Tennessee. Overnight, Friday night. So on the 1st to the 2nd. But I think we finally hit spring. And as we have, I've been getting into zhuzhing up the house plants. Everyone got some fresh soil, got some food, did a little repotting. And one of the things I did was cut, I broke a piece off my Christmas cactus, so I have it propagating in just some dirt over there. But I always like to propagate a little bit of my, my pothos, and so I have a neon pothos here. And usually I just do that by sticking it in water in like an old jelly jar. Well, I was kind of arranging my shelf. I have like a metal rack shelf that I put my plants on the very top of because I have to play keep away from the cats. So my plants have to be so that the cats can't get to them. And I swear this does tie into like knitting and crochet. I was like, you know, there's really cool macrame hangers, and I'm like, I bet I could find some patterns for hangers on Ravelry, and I did. But then I went rogue and just made them up on my own. So my finished objects this week are 2 hangers I made for plants. I made this blue one, and I held yarn doubled. It's crocheted. And I used, it's Taki Yarns Cotton Classic, which is a cotton, I had leftovers, but it's like a thinner cotton. And I held it doubled, and so I basically just started with a magic circle and crocheted until it was big enough to fit in the jar, and then went up with it, and then over the last like row I did a chain here, went back around, and then crocheted over the chain so I'd have a little loop. And I have like S hooks, and that hangs nicely on an S hook, which I can then hang on off the top of the shelf, so it can be in the window with the sunshine but not be molested by cute cats. And then I thought, well, okay, so then I have multiple jars that I use when I do this. So here are my jars. So I want to crochet covers for all my jars because it just looks nicer, and then that way I can hang them and they won't use up shelf space. Because I have some more pothos propagation that I want to do, and so I'm just kind of getting my little space ready for it. So I started another one, and I was going to make it like this, but I used regular old Peaches and Cream held double, and the bottom got too big too fast. So I will have to, instead of doing like a double, like a half double crochet, maybe just do singles until it's big enough. It was too big, but so what I ended up doing is I actually made a hanger, and I can also hang this off the S hook. I can just hang it off the actual like middle rack so it'll be straight down, for like a 4-inch pot. So I have like a 4-inch terracotta pot in there. I also just started with a circle, and then I realized really quick it was going to be too big. Like I went around once and it wasn't big enough, obviously, and then as soon as I went around twice, even the biggest jar was too small. I mean, the jar was too small. Like it would have fit in there, obviously, but it wouldn't have hugged it. It would have been floppy in there. And I probably could have like decreased or something, but I was just playing, so I decided, ooh, I think this will fit, and it did. And so once I realized that, because I have a bunch of these too, so and I have some plants actually already in some of these, so that'll be nice to use. So I was like, well, let's just give that a shot. So what I did is once I got it big enough, I did double crochets. And so what I did is I double crocheted, chain, double crochet, chain, and I crocheted into the space between the double crochets, which is why I ended up with like these nice little holy holes. And that way you can kind of see the pot through it, which, you know, why not? I completely just made this up as I went, and then I crocheted the little handles. I didn't make it very long because I do want to use it hanging off my shelf over there, not like off the ceiling or whatever, but I totally could have made it like long so it'll like, you know, could hang off a ceiling. I did the handles by just doing a chain from here to here and then from the front to the back. So then once they're on the hook like this, it hangs straight. Ta-da! And I did chain, so I started, I'm not sure where I started. Probably, I think I went from here to the front, then I crocheted over this way and went from here across and crocheted back over. And I did that really just, Siri says, no, I'm not talking to you. And I really did that just so that I wouldn't be like weaving in ends right away from the string, from the chain, to give it a little more support, and also to get me from one side to the next side to be able to go across, and then that way it made it symmetrical. Does that make sense? So it's like slightly taller here and here because I used those sections to go across to where I need to chain across the top. I hope that made sense. Totally made it up as I went, but if you are interested in flower pot hanger things, there's a bajillion on Ravelry. So that's gonna get a little plant and I'm gonna hang it up. So those are my finished things this week. I finished nothing else. I'm gonna play around and make some more of these, because at least 3 more, because I want these other jelly jars to be able to hang. And then I might make like some more like hang from the ceiling type things. I don't know. We will see as the spring progresses. Definitely those 3 jelly jars, you will see soon. I did work on Aiden's sock this week, and I got, see, last week I was almost finished with the cuff. This week I am finished with the cuff here, obviously, and I got 1, 2, 3, almost 4 stripes done on his sock. Had some out and about knitting time, and therefore was able to do that. I just put a marker in, so we'll see how far I get this week. I have some out and about knitting time planned tomorrow. I'm getting new tires on the car, so this will be going with me so I can hang out while I'm getting tires. And then let's see what we've got in here. We have my, it's the 2010 Advent scarf by, who are you by? Kristen Benniken. Kristen Benniken. And I am using this gorgeous yarn from Whimsy Stitches. It is Sparkly Sock, and the color is called Oh the Pinks. It's luscious. Love it. I actually finished another section. I'm so proud of myself. Look! So I finished this lacy section, and I finished the in-between. So hopefully by next week, the next one looks like it's going to be hard, but hopefully next one will be finished. I would really like to finish this by the end of April, so I really need to kind of get on it. But it's something I mostly can only work on when I'm by myself, and most of the time when I'm knitting, it's like on video chat or out in public, and so it doesn't get as much love as it should. But I'm going to try, because I would really, really like to get it done. The only other thing I worked on this week was my clapotis, which is out of Blue Moon Fiber Arts, Socks That Rock. And the colorway is Blue Moon Rising, like so. And I dropped, let's see, I think I was about to drop another stitch last time, and I dropped one more. So it is that far along. I love this yarn. It's super squishy and fun. There we go. Ta-da! So, and that's all I worked on this week. I mean, I guess that's enough, right? Most of my time this week I kind of spent planting, planting as in playing with plants and researching. I bought some new plants this week. I bought a money plant and some new cacti this week, and a succulent and a ZZ Raven plant, which is great for for beginner plant people. When I first moved into this house, I had like a ginormous spider plant with several babies and a couple of really big pothos. Some other plants, I don't remember, maybe that's it. But they were huge, and I really enjoyed having greenery out here. But then with the fact that we use this room as like the cat room at night, this is like their bedroom, I have to be really careful about where I put plants. And Tiger kept trying to eat the spider plant, so eventually I took babies off of it, and I still have some of that plant, but I don't have the great big plant anymore. Same with the pothos. I have like offshoots off the originals, but I don't have the originals anymore because the rest of my house is kind of dark, so it's harder to grow anything in other than this room. So I'm revamping this room. I've been working on it for a while. We're eventually going to put new floors down, and in that process I'm cleaning things out. I've gotten rid of some stash. I've just organized, and that's why I'm in this corner because the rest of the room needs help. Well, I mean, it looks a mess because I'm working on it. So as I do that, I wanted to get back to having more plants, and kind of, it's something new to learn about. And I feel like it's a good mental health kind of thing because it gives me something to focus on that's different. Keeping the plants happy makes me happy kind of a situation. And yeah, so a little plant talk today. If you have a favorite easy to take care of plant and you want to share, let me know down below. If you have any I don't know, any projects you want to share, let me know. What are you working on? I'd love to read about what you're working on, and how are you getting ready for spring now that this hemisphere is getting into it. I hope you guys have a great week, and I'll see you later. Bye.